Hey everybody, it's official. It's a boy. We have the baby bad boy. It is the baby brother of the 50 watt and the baby brother of the 100 watt Badlander. Officially released today by Mesa. It's been out at a few places if you had your ear to the ground for a couple weeks. You can get it at all the major retailers right now. I saw Sweetwater has it, AMS. I got mine at Northeast Music in PA. We have two identical channels, EL84 power section, 25 and 10 watt mode, 3 different modes on each channel. You could EQ each channel exactly the same if you wanted. So just remember, if you have your dirty up top and you're clean on the bottom, you're not losing out on anything. Or if you flip it around. So like I like mine the clean to be on top and the dirty on the bottom. You might like it the other way. So you could get bored in the engineering specs switching from pentode to triode mode, which is what this switch does here. We don't need to get into that. You just need to know that in 25 watt mode, you have the most headroom. Your cleans are going to have the most clean before breakup. It'll be the loudest, clearly. In the manual, they call it half watt mode. It is not half the loudness. So just remember that. Okay, behind me, I have a handful of pedals. We have a grid slammer, a Prince of Tone, a red solo cut boost thing, CE2 Wazza, Strymon Zelzah. They're all in the front of the amp. In the back of the amp, it's a JHS Lucky Cat, a Strymon DIG, and a Strymon Flint. These are not in right now. I have them unplugged, and I'm just running straight in, so no wireless and no Digitech draw. Most folks are going to be interested in the distorted tones of the guitar. I do have a Fender Strat with noiseless single coils. We'll screw with that for a little bit. But we have a Les Paul with a humbucker, with 2 humbuckers. We have a Paul Reed Smith Custom 24, and we have a Charvel with a JB. We'll do a bass tone, and then we'll add some of our pedals. I'll briefly touch on the clean channel. You really don't need to hear that too much. It's very good. That's all you need to know. Just buy it. So if you don't want to hear any sound samples and you want advice, just buy the amp. That's right there. I don't get any reimbursements from anyone. I'm completely self-funded. So if I'm telling you to buy it, it's not because I want you to do it because I get something. I'm telling you to buy it because it's that good. All right, so here's our reference tones. Grid slammer. That's in the crush mode. We will go to the crunch mode and click off the grid slammer. So this is crunch mode, bridge humbucker. Same things, roughly. with the grid slammer on in crush mode. Back to the crush mode. I think I said we were in the crush mode before I switched it. It was crunch mode. Just so you know, the lower gain is the crunch, the high gain is the crush. Grid slammer on. We're going to click that reverb on now. We're just going to mess around for a couple minutes with, I'll tell you what, we'll put our DIG on, and we're going to put the grid slammer back on too. So this is Les Paul Bridge Humbucker, all the same shit here on the Crush channel. Grid slammer on, a delay, and a reverb. We'll go to a Paul Reed Smith Custom 24. The Les Paul was an E standard-ish. It was pretty close to standard. This should be an E flat. So it'll sound a little different. We're going to kick all those pedals off. Bass tone here. Grid Slammer and Reverb. Prince of Tone. Grid Slammer and the DIG, reverb still on. Next up, we'll play a Fender Strat. This is a heavily modified Highway 1 Strat. The only original parts on it are the pick guard and I think the knobs, the neck and the body. After that, it's all been changed out. We have a different bridge, different claw, different springs, different neck plate, different tuners, different string retainers, different nut, all different electronics. Inside we have Fender Noiseless pickups. So let's see if we can't make them noisy. We're going to leave the reverb on because it's cool. So Fender Strat, bridge, single coil, bass tone. Grid Slammer on. If I turn down the volume knob and not the tone knob. DIG on. I don't know if there's a particular song for you that a Fender Stratocaster makes you want to play, but anytime I play a Fender Stratocaster, there's a couple things that go into my head that I want to play, and I don't know if it's because of what I associate with them. It might be different than what you associate with them, but every time I play a Strat, I want to play this here. Any Smashing Pumpkins I want to play when I play a Fender Stratocaster. So that's kind of weird, Malmsteen to the Pumpkins. So a couple more Strat tones, and then we'll switch to the Charvel Jake here. Switch guitars here. Bash a guitar off a guitar. We do that a bit here. So I know it probably is heresy to say what I said about those playing a Strat. You're probably thinking, well, what about Hendrix? What about Clapton? What about Johnson? And I get that. I don't disagree. But as iconic as Jimmy is with the Strat, and I mean, we have him to thank for a lot. As iconic as he is, when I think of a Strat, I think of Malmsteen almost first. I saw his video when he was with Alcatraz and he was playing a black Strat. And I have this thing in my head that all Stratocasters have to be black. And I know I have a honey colored one in this video. All my other Strats are black. I don't know why. After seeing Malmsteen play a black Strat, even though I have a Malmsteen that's the vintage white color, I still think Strats should be black based off of that. So for me, my experience was a black Strat with Malmsteen when he was playing with Alcatraz. And also, I mean, Clapton played a black one. Johnson has a black one. Gilmour has a black one. I get it. But to me, it's Malmsteen. And then I saw Billy Corgan play a Fender Stratocaster, and he had a Sunburst one that they just Kryloned, generic term for spray paint, silver. And I always thought that was cool. And it's like what I grew up with was Malmsteen and the Pumpkins. So, and there's other great Strat artists. I mean, don't hold me to that. But anyway, back to our guitar here. We have the reverb still on, nothing else is on. We're still in the distorted channel, and we're going to play our Jake Charvel here with the JB. Grid slammer on. Prince of Tone. I want to say this. My son was making fun of me. He said, we don't all play by ear. He reads music. He's very, very good piano player and trumpet player. But he reads, and I do everything by ear. So when I'm learning something, I have to sit there and think about it. And sometimes I'll listen to it in my head. So you have your mind's eye and you think of a song. And it cracked me up. We don't all play by ear. And I said, what's that even mean? You know, I don't get it. But where that came up was, I've been trying to puzzle this out here, and I think I have it, but I have to listen to the CD. I think I have that now. So put on the delay here and just screw around for a few minutes, and then we'll call it a day. Lucky Cat, and you know what? 4-stage Zelzah. Kind of letting you hear that delay there. It's a real quick decay on that. On the JHS. On the DIG, I have a little bit more body to it. Just kind of giving you that decay sound there, see here? Back to the Lucky Cat. Back to our completely dry signal to clear this up. You know what? We'll do completely dry clean. Next single coil. Bridge humbucker. Reverb, delay, and chorus. Next single coil. Both these coils. Delay off, chorus off. Crazy Zelzah on. That's a 6-stage. That's an earworm. I'm going to have it in my head all day. That's some clean and dirty tones with some of the effects with the Mesa Badlander. The next video I am going to do, because I've said I'm going to do it for a while. Where did I put the damn thing? I don't know where I put it. I have the artificial blonde that I want to do a video on. Oh, it's right behind me. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. So I'm going to record that here next. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. It's not a vanity contest about playing. It's just to give you tones from the amp. If there's a specific song that you want to hear or something that you like, maybe some of the settings that you want to hear differently, let me know and I'll be glad to do that. So like we do in the other videos, I want to bring you over to show you the settings in case for whatever reason maybe you like anything that you heard on my board. In case that's hard to see, that's in the 60s mode here. The dots and the lines on my DIG, they're different settings that I like. And if you care to see the pickups on that Fender, they're the Fender Noiseless. And everything else is as it should be. We'll see you later. Take care.